Shrimpy. There you go. Why does it sound like there's kids outside? For God's sake, you idiot! Look at this idiot. Kidded right outside on the concrete in the muck. You looking for your mom? She's over there eating. I'll help you find her. I'll fill you in on what's been happening in a minute, but I have this kid in the house and I'm gonna reunite it with Mom. Mom was pretty upset when I took it away and has been looking for it, so. Okay, Mom. Good morning. So yesterday afternoon, I had let this doe here out of this pen like midday, and I noticed her kid looked a little bit like scrunched up, but the wind was really kind of whipping in here. So I put her over in the hot box there. At one point, I kind of pulled her out to make sure she could get a good nurse, and I thought, well, she's got to get a little more vigorous. But then a couple times I saw her follow Mom out there into the yard, and I'm like, I don't want you outside. And normally kids just don't go outside until they're kind of stronger and hardier. All of a sudden she was tipping over. Like her front end was she was like top heavy. She'd go to nurse and she'd just tip straight over. She couldn't get latched on. Mom was trying really hard to coax her to nurse and was doing everything she could, but it just wasn't happening. Mom's udder was like rock hard, so I knew she hadn't drank all day. So I milked Mom, tubed her right away, brought her in the house, did a Madigan squeeze on her, put her to bed for the night, and at I think 1:30, no, it was about 1 in the morning, she woke up just screaming. I came downstairs, she had jumped out of the basket and was running around the bathroom, so I tubed her again. And this morning she seems bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Now, she had a little trouble getting on Mom here when I first came out to try, but now she's got a big belly full. So I'm going to leave them in this bonding pen so I can keep an eye on them. The floppy kid I had taken in the house and tubed and warmed up, he actually really perked up, and I tried grafting him onto that doe that lost her kid. Now, she didn't love him, but she didn't hate him. Got him on her. Things were going well. Yesterday morning, I had to go into work for a few hours, but I got out here early, haltered her. Every hour and a half, we were assisting him to nurse on her. She wasn't kicking him. She didn't mind him in the pen with her, and I really thought there was hope of grafting him on. So yesterday, he seemed to kind of take a nosedive. Like he just got real lethargic again, and I was going to do a Madigan squeeze on that kid. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. It's basically you tie a rope around them like in 3 spots, kind of from their shoulder to their rib cage, and it kind of simulates them getting squeezed through the birth canal again. Sometimes I don't know, things are just misfiring and it doesn't know it was born, and they're just dopey. They kind of go into a trance when you squeeze them, and then when you take it off, they kind of pop up and reinvigorate and go to town. And I went to get him out of the box to do the squeeze, and he passed away in my arms after I picked him up. Shrimpy. You're just the cutest. Shrimpy was a bottle kid from last year, and I normally have a pretty strict rule about not keeping bottle kids as breeding stock, but look at her. I mean, she just wins your heart over, right, Shrimps? I think she has grown like 3 times the size just in the last like 2 days. Plus she's starting to blow her hair coat, like all that winter cashmere, but she hasn't like started to like grow her new coat underneath yet. So now she kind of looks bald. All right, I'm not exactly dressed for the barn, but I just checked the cameras and there's one kidding. Well, that's a good sized kid. I don't know why everybody insists on kidding in the doorway this year. Can we move you? Come on, Mom. Let's go. Come on. The other ones, oh shit, those are back feet. Hold on. Okay, we'll leave it here. Let me get gloves. There you go. They just don't like to come out right when it's back feet, right? There you go. Okay, you guys have a foot of deep bedding in the rest of this pen. I don't know why we need to lay here. All right, I'll give her like 2 minutes to lick this thing off. I'll get a pen bedded down and then I'll move them. Why does it sound like there's kids outside? Somebody kidding out here? Oh, for God's sake, you idiot! Look at this idiot, kidded right outside on the concrete in the muck. Right here, look. It's right here. Look down. Okay, why are... Look down. Look. It's right there. I'm sorry. Here. Right here. Right here. You're right there. Yeah, you aren't the sharpest tool, that's for sure. How long were you out there in the cold with this one, you big dummy? You can't just be having them out on the concrete. That's dumb. I've been waiting all day actually for that black one to kid. So she kind of has been acting weird all day, but never really like she was in labor, just uncomfortable. And her, about an hour ago, I thought, she's laying where she doesn't normally lay. I bet she's gonna kid, but apparently she moved to in front of the water tank. I think she probably had this one quite a while ago, probably like a half hour ago, so it's probably been laying out there. I think what I'm gonna do is just chase everybody in for the night. It's gonna get dark soon. I'll show you where she kidded quick, and then I'm gonna close it back up. Hi, in or out, and that's where you're gonna be for the next hour, because I'm closing this. So look at this. This is where I keep my hoof trimming chute, and then I move it out when I need to trim hooves. She had it way in the back here, like in the muck where I can't clean in winter here. For the love. This one doesn't seem to have a lot of brain cells. In or out? Yeah, you go out. You're kind of a pain in the rear end. Mama's with the kids. Come in. Champagne, you get in. All right, all the moms are in. You don't have kids. Okay. I think I'm gonna dry that one off a little bit more. I normally don't have to do this much drying off as I had this here, but almost this entire group is first time moms and they just aren't that smart. She's getting it. She's kind of figuring it out. So we'll give her a little bit of time to figure it out. But I think it's getting cold. She just seemed completely clueless, and just the way that kid was crying out there. Because I was gonna bed this pen, and I thought, why does it sound like there's a kid outside? And we do have kids in the greenhouse, and there's 2 or 3 of them that sound like really pathetic newborns sometimes. And it seemed muffled. I thought, I better check. Well, yeah, so that's what was going on. So I'm gonna give her a minute to clean it off, and then I will probably help her. It looks a little floppy, so gosh, I really don't want to milk her. She's one of my few like pretty crazy ones, so we'll see how it goes. If she gets it licked off, it's under the heat lamp, maybe it'll warm up a little bit and get a little more vigorous. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is run in and change my clothes. I was transplanting seedlings in the basement and I wasn't expecting to come out so quickly. So I'm gonna go put barn clothes on because I am definitely not dressed for being out here. You need to be just a touch more vigorous than you're being here. None of this pussy around. My goodness. I think it was just laying out there on that concrete and she wasn't doing a good job of licking it off. So I'm gonna milk her. Yeah, I know, you're doing really good. I'm gonna milk her, take this kid in to warm it up, and then bring it back out. So even though it's April, it is really cold. I mean, it's supposed to be down to 20 degrees tonight. This last 2 weeks have been way nastier weather than like the end of February and first part of March. It's kind of annoying. All right, hopefully we'll have her back in an hour. Okay. I think you just need a little warmer upper. Well, you feel much warmer. She seems pretty vigorous now. Should we take your temperature? Keep your tongue off the kid. She's pretty close to where I want her to be. I have her milk warming up. I normally just tube them, but she actually has a pretty good sucking reflex, so I might try out my new bottle. Yeah, good job. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now let's try it. You're very wobbly yet. Okay, I'll tube you. Now I'm gonna have to rewarm this milk up. Oh, now you want to suck? Flora, fill us out. Yeah, you're gonna be a spitfire to tube, aren't you? You're fine. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let you warm up just a little bit longer. Her legs are still really cold, so I'm gonna let her in here on the heating pad a minute yet. We're all warmed up, we're ready to go. Hopefully Mom takes her back because she was warming up to her a little bit and then I had to take her away. And she cleaned right away, so that's good. She partially cleaned. You looking for your mom? Where is your mom? She's over there eating. I'll help you find her. Mom, your baby's calling you. So this one is really smart and was nursing really good. This one's dumber than a box of rocks. So you do not like that jacket on her or what? So I ended up tubing her and I put jackets on them for the night. It's pretty dang cold. In the past, I have not put jackets on and always had heat lamps available for this type of weather, but man, I don't know. It's supposed to be, I just checked the forecast and it's actually supposed to be down to 18 tonight. So you know what? I have the ability to, if I only have 2 pens in use at a time, this is a smaller group, I might as well. It's not gonna hurt anything. All right, what jacket do we want? Oh, I found my old, we used to have a dachshund named Harry. And I found his jacket. I think that'll fit her. It is like 9:30. I'm gonna head in for the night. I usually do a check around like 10:30 on the camera, and then from there I decide when to set my alarm for to just check the cameras again. Right now, nobody looks like they're doing anything, so I'll call my husband actually. Sometimes if he gets home really late from work, sometimes he's not getting home till 11 or midnight. Sometimes I'll have him just come look in person and then I'll have him set my alarm for however many hours he thinks I need to check based on what he sees. So it saves me having to wake up. All right, I think everybody's good for the night.